The U.S. government has created a path for Native Hawaiians to reestablish direct government-to-government relations.
But it's only if Native Hawaiians want this. Ramsay Wharton joins us now with more. Ramsay.
Yeah, it truly is historic because it means that any establishment of a Native Hawaiian government, as we've seen lately, means that now there's a pathway established for Native Hawaiians to actually move forward and to gain the federal recognition status that they have been seeking for decades now. The U.S. government, though, the officials stressing that's not automatic federal recognition, but again, the path to get it if Native Hawaiians organize to do so. So how do they do that? Well, that's going to be up to Native Hawaiians. The new rule called Part 50 leaves it up to the Native Hawaiian community to decide just how that government will look, how it'll be created, and they have to be able to show, though, that it is supported by the majority of those governed by it. Once it's created, then the government can make a formal written request to establish these relations with the Secretary of the Interior. But it does need to meet at least 3 main criteria as a governing body. Its documents are going to have to show that it will do 3 things: provide for orderly elections, guarantee civil rights for its people, and protect the current rights and benefits that now exist under federal law for Native Hawaiians. So if all those aspects are met and these direct relations are able to be reestablished, that means that Native Hawaiians would then be able to gain special status under federal law. So the community could then now exercise self-government powers over all the issues that directly impact its members. So you'd have to belong to that government entity. So under federal law, you would have to be Native Hawaiian. You'd have to have your ancestry proven there. However, the Native Hawaiian government gets to establish, of course, its own membership criteria. So this new government-to-government relationship, if created, would be very similar to how Native Americans currently handle their indigenous affairs, but the Department of Interior officials stress that the programs and services, obviously, for Native Hawaiians are quite different, and they'll be treated as such as their own separate indigenous people, meaning, again, they would not be eligible for, let's say, specific current federal Indian benefits unless, of course, Congress decides to make that otherwise. So we're going to have a lot more information. We're putting up the details of this historic rule online. Go check it out at hawaiinewsnow.com, guys.
All right, thanks, Rams.
If you're wondering how this development compares to the Akaka bill, there's actually not much difference. Former Senator Daniel Akaka had tried for years to pass his namesake bill. It also would have established a path to federal recognition for a Native Hawaiian government. The bill got a boost of support when President Obama was elected, but it was repeatedly blocked in Congress. At one point, it was passed by the House, but never got a vote in the Senate. Senator Akaka kept working on the bill up until his final days in office. Akaka is the first and only Native Hawaiian to serve in the U.S. Senate.
Senator Brian Schatz issued a statement that reads, quote, "This is an historic step towards doing what is right and just for Native Hawaiians. For far too long, Native Hawaiians have been the only federally recognized Native people without a government-to-government relationship with the United States. Generations of Hawaiians and allies have worked to restore this relationship, and this rule is one of the most significant developments in making this a real possibility."
In a statement, the Office of Hawaiian Affairs said that it, quote, "applauds the Obama administration for bringing Native Hawaiians closer to having equality with other indigenous groups in the United States. Native Hawaiians have been the only major indigenous group in the 50 states without a process for establishing a government-to-government relationship with the federal government. This rule finally remedies this injustice." OHA also says that it will now study the rule closely to see how the process works.